Hello and warm welcome to this episode of Data and AI Monkey Man. And today I want to talk about Microsoft Fabric and how to change the capacity assignment of workspaces in an easy and programmatic way so that you can also change this assignment not manually, but really for a large number of workspaces in one go. Why do you want to do that? I mean, you might run into this scenario when you're migrating from a Power BI premium capacity to a Fabric F capacity, but also like if you're using a trial capacity for Fabric and you're trying a lot of stuff out, you have a lot of workspaces, and eventually at the end of the lifetime of this trial capacity, you want to move to the paid F capacity. That's also a scenario where you might want to do this in a larger one-time effort instead of doing all the manual steps. But to give you some perspective, I quickly show like which kind of option you have to do it manually before like jumping into the more scalable and programmatic way. So let's see how this looks like. So I'm here like in my Fabric workspace here. Eventually, I have multiple capacities in the same region where I want to move workspaces from one to another. So basically, within my Fabric environment, there are actually two ways how to do the capacity assignment manually. One is coming from a workspace perspective. So if I use a workspace, I can check the workspace settings. I can see the license info. Within the license info, I see like which capacity is used here. Also like if it's trial or a real Fabric, paid Fabric capacity, and I could change the capacity over here. But I mean, this is quite effortful if you have to do this for 20 or 50 or hundreds of workspaces. Another way is basically coming from the capacities. Yeah, so I'm going here to my admin portal, checking my capacity settings. I can see like the capacities I am an administrator for, and I can see like this specific capacity I want those workspaces to move from. I see there are currently like 5 workspaces assigned to this capacity. And I mean, on that view, you could do a unassignment or like assign new workspaces. But anyhow, this is still kind of manual work. So we want to do this a little bit better. So now I want to show you how to do this in a programmatic way. And I run a specific program and a Python program. So it's like 10, 50 lines of code. I run this directly from a Fabric notebook, but you can run it from anywhere you want. It's just a Python script. You can use a favorite developer environment for that, or you can run it even from console if you have Python installed. I'm basically just using a Python library for that kind of thing. So this Python library is called MS Fabric Py SDK Core, and it's basically a Python SDK for those Microsoft Fabric REST APIs, building like some intelligent wrappers around that. I'm installing that on the fly directly in my Fabric notebook, but if you're looking locally, of course, you can pre-install that. Then I'm using like this Fabric client core of this library, and it's basically you have to provide your credentials. Otherwise, I mean, not everybody can change your environment, so you need to authenticate and being authorized to do these kind of actions. So if I run this in a Fabric notebook, it actually uses my own user context. So it's using the user which is used for running this notebook at this very moment. And now I'm basically put just your capacity names here. So I have like Sweden 2024 and Sweden 2025. So if I would look in my Azure portal, I can see like these different capacities. Just use those names here. It's grabbing those informations about those capacities, and then I'm basically just looping over which kind of workspaces are assigned in my source capacity. And in the next phase, I'm basically just looping over those workspaces and assigning them to a new capacity. And there, of course, it doesn't matter if it's just like these five, which I have, but they could be like 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 or whatever. It will just loop over there and using like the APIs in the background, changing those assignments. I mean, to confirm, I can check the capacity settings again. So if I go to the capacity settings of this capacity, which I wanted to assign those workspaces to, I can see now that all these five workspaces are here. So this is basically what I wanted to show you. Be aware that, of course, with this approach, still like the same limitations apply when changing the capacity assignments in general. So that means you can only like assign a new capacity which is in the same region as the old one. There also might be a brief interruption of service impacting like interactive work or long-running jobs. So please be aware of that and also plan for a little downtime for this migration. So don't do it like when you have like a lot of users working there at the moment. So choose a wise time for that. But overall, the impact should be pretty minimal. And that's basically all I wanted to share today. So I also share like the link to the Python SDK and the code I was using, the notebook I'm using. I share the link to those repos in the description. And if you like this video or similar, want to see more content, similar content, click this like and subscribe button, and also add your comments for feedback. And if you want to hear about a specific topic, let me know and try to make a video for that. Thank you for being here today, and I hope you learned something today. Have a nice day. Bye.